Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a short race at Zandvoort in the 2019 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. To begin with, I'm going to be starting in 11th, but I do see a driver in my mirror there, so I'm not quite starting last. Coming to the first corner, there's a gap right on the outside, so I got to go for it, but I probably should have carried a little bit more speed because I didn't really gain anything out of that, so I got to tuck back in behind this Lambo. Coming into this right-hander here, it's not my favourite corner, but we got the two cars side by side coming into this hairpin, and I actually slightly outbraked myself and punt the Porsche there. I didn't want the race to start off like that. I didn't actually feel any contact on my side, but I'm still sorry to that driver if you ever watch this video. But anyway, got to move on, got places to gain, and I've got some space to make up to this, what I believe is a BMW ahead of us, who goes pretty wide in this corner. This track's quite a fun track. It's full of elevation changes and all kinds of different corner shapes. Already coming into this corner, I have caught back up to the pack, so I haven't lost too much time with that accident at the start. I'm in 7th place, so we've got about 6 cars in front of us, and it looks like most of them are pretty close together in this pack here. It's going to be a fun battle. Now, this chicane down here is not my favourite section of corners in the world, but I can get through it. Back right behind this BMW. This corner here, it's hard to find an acceleration point. It's easy to oversteer, and it's also easy to understeer over onto the curbing, which then upsets the car if you get too far over it. Towards the end of the circuit, we've got the BMW running wide and leaves me plenty of room to just sneak in there. The final corner can potentially be a foot-flat corner in most cars in good conditions, but with me being on the inside, in that situation, I had to tap off. We speed up a little bit just so I can catch up to these guys and we don't have to make the video last too long. So we've got 3 cars all bunched up right here. It's going to be fun trying to find my way past them all. Here we go, coming in here. Can I make a move? There's nowhere to go. He's on the inside, so I just have to hold my position for now. Lambo looks like he's going for a move on the Audi up there. Maybe a bit of contact. Oh yeah, he's gone. That's one position for me. So Lambo seems like an aggressive driver. He'll go for a late dive, which I must be aware of when I catch up to him. We even got the Ferrari making a late dive there, and at least the Lambo was aware of that, and they kept themselves facing forward until then, when he took out the Ferrari. So now it's my turn to deal with him. I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know his weaknesses or strengths yet, but I'll be able to figure that out in the next few corners, I hope. Let's see if he brakes early, because if he does that, I'll be able to make a late dive myself and hopefully get through quickly enough. There's a bit of space between us here, so I can't make a dive into the first corner, but I do catch right up. So he clearly brakes fairly early into that corner. I could maybe use that to my advantage the next time around if I don't get him before then. So we got ourselves through the first lap carnage. Things should start to ease up a little bit now, but the action's not over just yet. I've got myself a Lamborghini to get past. Right now, I'm still not quite close enough to make any moves to get past him. I can't even go for any sort of fake dives. He's not going to fall for that. I'm too far back. This corner right here, easy to either oversteer or accelerate too early and understeer into that sand there, and that will ruin your lap completely. Touching gravel in this game is like putting an anchor on the car. Going into this corner, I'm closing right back onto him. I'm fairly confident through this corner after all the practice I've been doing. Not before this race, but just since the track came out, I've driven quite a few laps around this track in other cars. Go a bit wide there, you can hear the car scraping over that curb. That's not really what you want to be doing, it'll cost you some time. Down to this chicane again. You should be able to use this curb here. Sometimes it doesn't treat you very nicely. Towards the end of the lap we come now, and I'm right on this guy's tail, so if I can get a good last corner, I might just have enough, I might be close enough to make a move, but I do touch the sand there, which completely spoils that run for me, and I'm not going to have an opportunity to overtake him this time around. Yeah, so it's very easy to run into that sand, and you've got to do your best to hold yourself off from doing that, otherwise you're going to lose a lot of time, as you saw just then. First corner, we both take a decent line. So he holds that little gap he has for now, and I'm hoping he doesn't start getting away, because otherwise it's going to be a long boring race for me. So I'm just putting all my knowledge I have of this track so far together, taking all the lines I know to keep myself within fighting range. We've got two guys ahead of him. We've got a Porsche and another Aston Martin, and they are at least 3-4 seconds up the road from here. So my focus is not on them at the moment. Right now it's just a podium that I want to get to. He runs a little bit wide there, misses the apex. I tuck myself straight for the apex here, and he does give me the room. It may have been a little bit of contact there, but we're still side by side facing forwards. I'm giving him his room. He has the inside line, so he's right away. Me back on that curb. That's not really where I want to be. But for now, he holds his position. At least we've got some battling going on, and he knows I'm going to attack him if I get the opportunity. And again, I give him as little room as I can, but still enough to avoid contact. Right, a lot of curb was used there. I still am within fighting range. If I can keep it clean this time, I might get a chance down the straight. But nope, I managed to get myself on that sand again, ripping my chances away of getting him down the straight. I'm not exactly sure what lap we're on. Is this the 4th or 5th lap now? 3rd, 4th? I lose track. Back to the first corner, I close in again, but I do run a little bit wide. It's not the optimal line, and I don't accelerate early enough. So we'll speed it up again, let me catch up to him again a little bit, which I have done. Back to this corner where I'm fairly confident through. He went a little bit wider than I did. I didn't exactly have the best line through there either, but it's enough for me to be back behind him. And in the distance I can see we are closing on this Porsche. Back to the outside there, but no, I can't get through just yet. And we can also actually see the guy in first way in the distance just before that shot. Back through here, let's see if I can avoid the sand for once. And I do, but I don't think I'm quite going to be able to take this corner flat as I am caught in this guy's dirty air. I do have to tap off, which slightly ruins my run into the straight. At this point, all I can do is maybe make a dummy move, which I do. That might distract him, but he knows what he's doing. He didn't really get affected by that, and we hold our lines for now. At this point, I think this is a 15-minute race, so we don't have too long to be able to get moves done. I'm hoping we catch up to this Porsche. Maybe he'll start battling with them. They'll make mistakes, and I'll be able to squeeze myself through. Either that, or I need to get my move done as soon as I can. At this point, I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe I have my opportunity of a second place here, but for now, 3rd place is the goal. He's gone a bit wide. That's giving me the opportunity to get a little bit closer. I touched that curb. That's not exactly what you want to hit. Okay. He drove fairly well through there. No moves just yet. I can't exactly dive the middle there. He does defend a little bit. Oh, I have a kick of oversteer there that throws me off onto the dirt, and I've lost myself a bit more time. Not exactly what I want to be doing in a 15-minute race, but we'll speed it up a little bit. I'll catch up to this guy again, get back into the battle, which I have done within about a lap. Back for the defensive line he goes. I go for the outside because why not squeeze him into that inside line, tighten him up a bit. But he still managed to hold me off well and drive his lines without affecting himself too much. It's the last corner again. I'm touching that sand again. It's not going to help me. Learn from my mistakes. Avoid that sand or it'll give you a hard time. So once again, no opportunities into the first corner. All I can do is wait until maybe the next overtaking opportunity is possibly this next hairpin coming up, actually. Depends on how the driver takes this right-hander. And he's done that fairly well. He's going to be able to hold his position for now. And you've got a little bit of slipstream coming up this hill. We've got someone off the track. I don't believe that's for position, though. That person was a lap down. But yeah, we don't really have a good opportunity of getting through up this hill. And we've got a fast right-hander, which you can't exactly slot your car next to the other person, unless they go really wide, which he has done. But I've got a bit of a run on him there, but not enough. He does leave me plenty of room, though, coming into that right-hander, so I use it. And then for this corner, I attempt this move again. The only problem is you've got a really tight line coming out the exit. I feel like he missed his his corner up as well, so it allowed me to get through, and I've finally got my position, or my podium position. So now my focus moves on to the Porsche, who's in second. I'm going to speed up again, see if I can catch up to him. I don't know how many laps there are in this race, to be honest, but I'm feeling we're approaching the end of it about now. I think this actually may be around about the last lap. So I've caught right behind this guy. I don't know his strengths or weaknesses just yet, but he's obviously been fast enough to keep up with the Aston Martin in first, which we can see a bit clearer now. Fairly close to him. I'm going to have to do a similar move. Oh, he's left me some room on the inside, but he brakes late enough to keep himself in front. The Lambo behind us hasn't exactly dropped off just yet, so he's still in contention. That Porsche goes a bit wide over the curb there, but I follow him. Now, can I avoid the sand? I actually get too much on that curb, but I don't hit the sand. Can I take this corner flat? No, I did have to tap off a little bit. No, it looks like we've got another lap to go, maybe. Now, from here on, it's going to be tough to get myself past him unless I force him into a mistake. I get right up behind him. Got to put all the pressure I can on at this point, because that's all I can do. Coming to the right-hander, he drives a good line, and he drives a good line for this corner as well. But I have a better exit. Let's see if I can possibly get side by side with him before the right-hander up here. I don't think that's going to be happening, but I am really close to him, so we can see if I can make a similar move to what I did on the Lamborghini a lap or two earlier. No, he had a good run through there. Now this is probably going to be my favourite place to overtake. Let's see if I'll do it. Yes, I will. Straight for the inside, and he's seen I've gone for the dive, and he gives me the space, and I'm able to claim that position. Yeah, that's got to be one of my favourite corners to overtake on the circuit, because people don't really expect it, and it's a corner with a really odd braking point, and the track's fairly wide there, so you've got a lot of room to dive into, as long as you don't run into the other person, which I managed to do fairly cleanly there. The Porsche behind me actually had a bit of a late dive, didn't quite manage to pull it off. This is the last lap. I don't quite have the time to be able to catch up to the Aston Martin in front. If it wasn't for the little punt I did on the other guy at the start of the race, which I'm sorry for, I didn't mean to do that, maybe then I would have been closer to this guy in front with an opportunity to win the race. But it is what it is. I came second, and I'll accept it and move on to the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this race. Thank you for watching. Let us know what else you want to see, and we'll see you next time.